The theme is why we should be honest in all things. It was taken from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25, 28, and chapter 5, verse 1. And the setting this evening is witnessing to a school teacher. So let's give our attention to Sister Bateman.
Annalise,
Yeah?
before you leave, may I speak with you briefly?
Yeah, sure. What is it?
Well, there was an incident of cheating going on in my class. The assistant principal and I have been investigating it, and based on the answers on your tests, it was obvious to us that you did not participate in this. But it made me curious as to why you didn't give in to the other people, the other students, especially because cheating is so widespread among teenagers today. How is it that you were able to say no to that temptation?
Well, Ms. Ward, I actually was asked if I wanted to be added to the list by a few of the kids in the class. They were going to add me to the list so that they could share answers with me, but I immediately declined because as of one of Joe's witnesses, I've been taught that we should be honest in all things, even if it means going against the crowd.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of kids in my class who are Christians, just like you, Annalise, and they still cheat. So what's so different about what you're learning?
Well, if you don't mind, Ms. Ward, I have my Bible here with me, and I'd like to share a few scriptures with you that kind of explains why I've taken this stand, and it might help you understand a little bit better.
Okay, that's fine. I have a few minutes.
Okay, the first scripture that comes to mind is Ephesians 4:28, and if you don't mind, I'd like to read that to you.
Sure.
Okay. It's Ephesians 4:28, and it says, "Let the stealer steal no more, but rather let him do hard work, doing with his hands what is good work, that he may have something to distribute to someone in need."
Okay. I see that talks about stealing, but I'm not sure what that has to do with cheating.
Well, on the surface, it seems like it has nothing to do with cheating, but if you compare cheating with stealing, does the fact that many people resort to stealing make it acceptable? You might say no. By cheating, we're taking credit for something that we don't deserve, and maybe even taking advantage of those who act fairly. In reality, it's really stealing another person's answers. We learn from this scripture that instead of cheating, we should earn our grades through hard work.
Well, I must admit, I never would have made that comparison on my own, but now I can kind of see the similarities.
Yeah, they really are similar. Another reason why I try to be honest in everything besides just cheating is because of what's said at Ephesians 5:1. And could you read that for me?
Sure.
So Ephesians 5:1.
Ephesians 5:1. Therefore become imitators of God as beloved children.
So Ms. Ward, what do you think is most important about that scripture that you just read?
Well, I would have to say imitating God and following his examples.
Yeah, that's right. And the most important thing to me is following God's commands, as well as imitating his qualities that are given to us through the Bible. It's true that I may not know all the answers on a test, but being honest and not cheating makes me feel more accomplished, and it gives greater value to the good grades that I do receive. I also know that it makes my parents proud that I remain honest and work hard for my grades. One last scriptural principle that I always remember is found at Proverbs 27:11. I'll just read it quickly to you.
Okay.
It's at Proverbs 27:11. And it reads, "Be wise, my son, and make my heart rejoice. They may make a reply to him that is taunting me." So based on that scripture, another important thing to me is making my God Jehovah happy.
Okay. You know, Annalise, you've always stood out as different from my other students, and now I can understand a little better the reason why. I really wish that all my students took this stand.
Thank you. I actually have an article here with me from one of our latest magazines, and it's called "Is It Okay to Cheat to Get Good Grades?" And it just touches on some points on why cheating has become so common, and it also shows us why honesty is so important in this matter. And then at the end of the article, it has some scriptures here that I've learned to think about before I have to make any serious decisions. And so I have a feeling you would like to read that, so I'd like to leave that with
I
you.
certainly will
welcome.